In 1865, two major cities remained under Confederate control in the South: Richmond, Virginia, and Mobile, Alabama. Mobile was still, even after the Battle of Mobile Bay, was still an important place for the Confederates to defend and the Union to attack. And the reason why it was valuable is it was a logistical center with access to two major rail lines and a vast river system. So that's why they wanted to take Mobile, because the objective ultimately was Selma and Montgomery, but you needed Mobile and the access to those rail and river systems in order to garrison your occupying forces in Selma, where the munitions were, Montgomery area, where the food stores were. To do that, the federal government allocated to General Edward Canby a tremendous amount of resources, including over 45,000 troops, and he was supported by a naval fleet of over 36 armed vessels, including 6 ironclads, to take Mobile. The 45,000 troops were divided into 2 columns. Over 32,000 marched out of Fort Morgan and came by boat out of Dauphin Island's Fort Gaines. And they marched up the eastern shore, going through present-day Fairhope, Daphne, initially besieging Spanish Fort, and from Pensacola's Barrancas, General Frederick Steele's column, which included part of the 2nd Division of the 13th Army Corps under General Andrews, and the largest contingent, or one of the largest contingents, of U.S. colored troops in the war. They marched out of Fort Barrancas through North Florida, through present-day Cantonment, Century, skirmishing with General Clanton and General Armistead's Confederate cavalry. They cut the rail lines at Pollard, Alabama, and then moved across near the state line to Canoe, Alabama, Weatherford's Plantation, down to Stockton, and around the 1st of April they besieged this place, Fort Blakeley. Fort Blakeley was on April 9th assaulted and captured, and this was a pivotal battle that directly led to the evacuation and surrender of Mobile, and eventually led to the final surrender of the last intact, actual significant force east of the Mississippi River at Centinel in early May 1865.